Speaker Martin Romualdez has mentioned the efforts to be undertaken by the August Chamber to revise the 1987 Philippine Constitution. This is to amend the restrictive economic provisions in the fundamental law of the land.
I believe 2024 will allow us again to revisit the whole issue of the Constitution, because I think it's timely that we revisit it, and I said we'd like to focus very much on the economic provisions. But even to get there, we have to look at the procedural aspects of the amendment of the Constitution, so we have to tackle that.
He believes the initiatives to amend the Constitution will be a legacy of the 19th Congress.
And of course, to make sure that the economic provisions are backed up, we would have to also have a story of continuity in government, so that I'd like you to know that we'll be studying this over the break, and perhaps there might be some initiatives even during the break that will prepare us for the ensuing year, and perhaps what could be our legacy in the 19th Congress, which is to review and revisit the 87 Constitution and make it more attuned and sensitive and responsive to the times.
Meanwhile, Senior Deputy Speaker Pampanga 3rd District Representative Aurelio Dong Gonzalez said a new resolution will be filed in relation to this when the session resumes next year. He is hoping to pass it before the next State of the Nation address or SONA of President Bongbong Marcos Jr. Speaker Romualdez, in his speech during an economic briefing in Iloilo on Monday, December 11, mentioned exploring the People's Initiative in amending the Constitution.
We will highly recommend that we embark on a People's Initiative to cure this impasse, so to speak, on how we vote. And I hope that we can undertake this as soon as possible, so we could have some clarity on the procedures. So we would like to amend the Constitution vis-a-vis how we procedurally amend the same. And that's either we vote jointly or separately. We'd like to have that resolved by and through a People's Initiative.
Representative Gonzalez pointed out that the House is considering all modes available to amend the Philippine Constitution.
Bagong konstitusyon ng bagong Pilipinas. So, paano ka magtatrabaho kung bagong Pilipinas kung luma yung ating konstitusyon? Kaya that's our objective. Our objective is bagong konstitusyon ng bagong Pilipinas.
According to the 1987 Constitution, there are 3 ways to amend or revise the Constitution. One is the Constituent Assembly, or CONAS, wherein any amendment to the Constitution may be proposed by the Congress upon a vote of 3/4 of all its members. Another is the Constitutional Convention, in which the Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 of all its members, call a Constitutional Convention, or by a majority vote of all its members, submit to the electorate the question of calling such a convention. The third is the People's Initiative, wherein the amendments may be proposed by the people through initiative upon a petition of at least 12% of the total number of registered voters, of which every legislative district must be represented by at least 3% of the registered voters. This is the initiative the August Chamber is aiming to push next year. Meanwhile, Bayan Muna Chairman Attorney Nery Colmenares says in a statement that the new attempt at Chacha will not solve the problems of poverty in the country, but will only worsen the economic conditions as it opens up the country to further foreign economic domination. Rosa Licos, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.